What's happening, people? We're back with another Frida reaction. And we're back to start Ensam. I wanted to give a big shout out to Darren, and indeed, in that regard, I don't actually know if that's how it's pronounced, but that's how the word looks phonetically to an English reader and speaker. And yeah, Darren sent this a while back, along with the ABBA movie, and indeed, while I have you here, Darren, you did mention it would be a nice birthday treat for the ABBA movie watch-along. If you can remind me when that is, or if I've already missed it, I want to make sure that I do that at least sometime around the day in question. In any case, we are onto this album, and according to the Discogs master release, this is from 1975, so this is not like post-ABBA, like the material I've already gone through from Frida and the material I'm currently going through from Agneta. So I am curious about that, and all the more curious because the first track on this album is Fernando. So I can't imagine this is the same recording from the ABBA studio material, and in that regard, and if I'm remembering correctly, was that like a single? Was it like a non-album single from ABBA? Either way, I wonder, is this the Frida solo version of the song? I feel like I know the ABBA version well enough that I should be able to pick up sonically at least if it's a different recording, but yeah, I do wonder about the historical trajectory of the song, if this is indeed the same Fernando song that ABBA did. So, in any case, let's kick this off. This is Frida, the first song on her 1975 album, Ensam. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and it is Fernando. And I didn't have it queued up, so give me another 10 seconds or so here. I thought I had it queued up. Okay, here we go.
Varför sörjer du, Fernando? Varför klingar din gitarr i moll? Vad är det som står på? Är det kärleken, Fernando? Har hon lämnat dig, din stora, stora kärlek? Är det så? Den som älskat och förlorat vet att som kan ändå hända då och då. Sorgen kan vara tung att bära, men att vänner sviker är någonting man måste lära sig. Jag har också mist min kära. Vem är du som tror att detta kunde drabba bara dig? Har du några glada sånger kvar så spela, spela, spela dem för mig. Länge, länge lever kärleken, vår bästa vän Fernando. Fyll ditt glas och höj en skål för den, för kärleken Fernando. Spela, spela melodin och sjung sången om du kan. Länge, länge lever kärleken, den kärleken Fernando. Länge, länge lever kärleken, den kärleken Fernando. Ska vi skåla för de andra som fick evig kärlek och den tro som bor i varje sång? Eller skåla med varandra? Vill du dricka för den lycka som jag upplevde en gång? Det är lika sant som sagt, den vackra sagan, den blir aldrig, aldrig lång. Länge, länge lever kärleken,
it occurs to me, this is probably something that was explained to me. Now, I reacted to the ABBA version, or the recorded, like, studio version of Fernando, like, 2.5 years ago. It was a while ago now. Now, I reacted to the live version at Wembley a bit more recently, although even that, I would say, was like a year ago. But I'm guessing when I reacted to the studio version, it was probably explained to me. But given what we just heard, I'm going to guess that this was first on this album in Swedish, and then it was reworked in English for the ABBA release. So yeah, that would be my guess. Now, I do wonder about the production in terms of, were Benny and Bjorn involved in this recording? Like, sonically, I don't think it's identical, but I think especially the chorus is just about the same as the ABBA version. The verses, I'm less sure about. The verses felt like they might be a bit sonically different. Nevertheless, I would say overall, it is a very, very similar song sonically, but with the notable difference of the lyrics not being in English. So, yeah, again, I do wonder whether this was the original version that was released, and then it was changed and put into English for the ABBA release. Nevertheless, again, Frida sounds great, and you can tell it's a storytelling song even though I don't speak Swedish, and maybe, of course, I'm influenced by the fact that I do know the ABBA version. But again, it just feels like she's working her way through the feelings and the visuals, the narrative of a story. So, yeah, definitely a cool tune, even though I can't understand the individual lines in this case. She's had enough. She's out of here. She heard Frida, she got what she wanted, and she's off on the road. In any case, thank you again to Darren, and also to a number of folks who, when I did the last track for her Deep Breaths album, the consensus seemed to be that it was very exciting that I was going to go through this album, so it does seem like this is a beloved album. I do love this image. It looks like she's in a sort of domestic but also like intimate setting, meaning like she looks like she, hasn't fully dressed to go out or something, but she's also just kind of frankly, looking at the camera. It's a really interesting image, and it's in black and white, or at least close to that. There might be like a little bit of color here, but definitely it's a stark image, and most of what's behind her is completely enshrouded in darkness, so it's a really compelling album cover as well. In any case, let me know what you think, and Luca and I will see you next time. Peace.